In this tutorial, we'll walk through AIDP Units in Oracle AI Data Platform Workbench, how usage is measured and charged, and highlight default costs and best practices for cost monitoring. AIDP Units measure meter consumption in my AIDP instance. They measure the AI workloads, data management, and data processing, and charges are driven by OCPU and memory used per hour. I pay AIDP Units for compute clusters and AIDP features. I pay OCI directly for object storage, logging, metrics, or databases. I'll begin on the AIDP Workspace homepage, navigate to My Workspace, select Compute, then Create. Here I can create all-purpose compute clusters and choose among AMD, Intel, ARM, or NVIDIA GPU shape options, subject to shape availability in my region. Different CPUs and GPUs like AMD, Intel, ARM, and NVIDIA have their own AIDP unit rates. These rates depend on the type and number of resources consumed, including OCPUs, memory, and GPUs. For example, if I create an AMD compute cluster with 2 OCPUs, 32 GB of memory, and an AMD worker with 1 OCPU and 16 GB of memory, I will be charged between 345 to 1,380 AIDP units per hour, depending on the number of workers. By default, each instance includes a master catalog default cluster, which is an AMD 2 OCPU and 32 GB of memory for core functions like search crawls and catalog operations. It incurs a minimum charge of 230 AIDP units per hour, even if I don't run additional workloads. To get started, I will click the master catalog to verify the details. I can estimate my costs with Oracle's pricing widget, or Cloud Cost Estimator, simply by adding my shapes and expected usage. I want to keep in mind, storage, logging, metrics, and databases are billed separately by OCI. I should also consider some best practices to follow for AIDP units. Oracle recommends that I monitor active clusters, shut down or delete idle clusters, and use idle timeout where appropriate, as well as delete any unused AIDP instances to stop the default master catalog cluster charges. In this example, one of my clusters isn't in use, so I will select Stop in the Clusters Action menu. In the Clusters Action menu, I will select Edit to ensure that autoscale is selected for quick start clusters to optimize cost based on workload needs. For custom configured clusters, I can edit the number of OCPUs and memory for both drivers and workers. Oracle also recommends that I regularly review the Oracle pricing documentation and use the built-in estimator before provisioning a new compute cluster or launching large workloads. Understanding AIDP units empowers me to manage costs, plan usage, and get the most value from Oracle AI Data Platform Workbench. Find more videos in this series and additional resources on using Oracle AI Data Platform Workbench in the links below.